session for the audience.
Hey, can you get me some water? I thank everybody's water.
I think there's one.
But you two will need.
Vijay, it appears that no matter which discussion you are a part of, which interview you are a part of, the topic of Arjun Reddy invariably comes up. Hate me for it, I'm going to bring it up again. In the actors meetup you recently were part of, I ask you this not just in the context of that interview, but also in the context of the third version of Arjun Reddy having come out just last week in Tamil cinema. I've been in Goa since, so I need to know. Does it feel like too much is being made out of the whole thing, or given, and that film again has come out to the same sort of appreciation for certain aspects of it and some criticism for certain other aspects. It's been pretty consistent across versions. Does it seem like too much is being made out of it, or has somebody from the critical side sort of helped you see why they probably are the way they are?
See, I'm very irritated right now. As in, I'm irritated because of the last 2 days. I need to take a deep breath before I say something that is going to cause a furor. So, no. No, I'm irritated and I can't keep it in. I want to take it out. And if I keep it in, it'll become like one tumor inside. So I'm irritated with this. Basically, the backstory is this interview that we had, and a question being asked about Arjun Reddy. I'm normally a very understanding, and I take it very easily, and I give people the benefit of doubt. And I saw that there was one genuine angst and one genuine intention behind these questions. But I feel these people don't know what they're talking about, man. Like, I feel they're all very misplaced. And I'm going to talk about this. I was just today, I was so irritated. I don't mind, I didn't mind the question then at all. I love Parvati. I admire her work. I've been watching her from before, when I was an undergrad, I was seeing her films. What irritates me is the social media and media hadavidi, what do you call it? Yeah, as in people just go nuts, man. Like, stupid people don't know what they're talking, and like there's a bunch of idiots everywhere, and that's irritated me. And now I'm like, today I need to school you guys. So I'm going to school all these people tonight. Like, I came in the elevator, I came on and I bumped into Bharadwaj Rangan. And I had just been sent one of these tweets from this Twitterati, I think like a blue tick Twitterati or some. They were called Tweeple, no, once upon a time. Now they are Twitterati. They were Twidiots. Yeah. So one of these guys sent something and I read it, and I was like, dude, I need to explain. This guy absolutely got nothing of what was said. He doesn't know. I think we all love taking sides, basically. We all, if it fits in with our belief system, we are for it. If it doesn't fit with our belief system, we attack it. It's either they want it to be black or white, but the world is not like that, my friends. It's very great. And so I think one thing that happened was I didn't do a good job at explaining myself, and it's also hard when you have 9 people to take the time to explain something. So as soon as I bumped into Bharadwaj Rangan, he was like, Vijay, how do you get yourself always into these controversies, yaar? And I was like, let's sort this shit out, please. I'm like, I need to talk. Can you mediate? Because I need someone to be the devil's advocate. I preferred if I did this then, but we shot this 1 week ago and I didn't know that I dislike that people are celebrating at my cost. Basically, that's my issue. I don't care what you think of the film or what you think of misogyny or the interview. I just think that anyone celebrating because they didn't understand that I was being a nice guy and being nice there is my issue. So I'm like, nah, I'm going to sort this out. only then I can remove this badass from inside. So tonight I'm going to do that, and you will get all your answers there. Because it's going to be a long drawn. I think it'll take me 40 minutes to explain the 100 thoughts that are in my head.
Now you know why I had the spirituality turn in my life, because I was like, how many tumors am I going to have in my life, in my stomach? You can't. You can't change thought process of the entire world. So just make peace with life, with yourself.
I am only making war, no peace.
I'm going to try to lighten the conversation a bit with the last couple of questions.
எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? சென்னை மேட்ச். So you should be confused if this is Chennai or Goa. I love my Chennai boys. You know, some of them call you Talaiba, and then as soon as I do that, my posture goes straight. Suddenly I'm feeling stronger. But what was your question about my Tamil film?
You did know that.
Yeah.
And I read in an interview that you apparently said that you want to take a break from doing just Tamil film. So I want you to very carefully look at those faces there.
Yeah.
And tell me if this is true.
Illa. Basically, it is, Tamil is not my mother tongue. But when I do a film, for me, my method, how I act, I shouldn't have to think of anything except my actors who are with me and what I'm feeling for them. So I need to know every word as if it's my mother tongue. To do that, and with a 30-day prep period, it's a hard job, man. It's a hard job. And so I did it. If Noda had worked massively, I think, it takes a lot of energy. Every film, you're putting out so much of your energy, so much of your emotions, your sensitivity, so many things you're putting out there. You're very vulnerable as an actor that way. And I'm very sensitive to how my films work. I somehow can't detach. Successes, I don't understand, but failure affects me. So when Nota didn't work the way I didn't want to, I felt like so much energy was spent and I didn't get back. I was not ready to do it all over again. But now I'm ready because we are planning a bunch of bilinguals. And my first intention for doing a Tamil film was also them. Because I was getting so much love from Chennai and they were like, Pelli Chutulu did so well. They would go and watch it with subtitles. Arjun Reddy did so well. Geeta Goindam did so well. And I'm like, dude, they love you so much. I want to give them something in their language. I want to make that step towards them. And I think I will be doing for sure some Tamil cinema.
I think this is when you sit up again. Right. What was your motivation to? So it was just the love from the people in Tamil Nadu that made you want to do a Tamil film.
Yeah, that was my absolute core motivation. And then the second thing is also that we are all culturally so close. I feel, especially the southern states of India, are culturally quite close. And we kind of look like the same people, and our geography looks similar, except Kerala, which is some stunning, uniquely stunning place. So I was like, why not? Why aren't we making the effort? Why are we all sitting in our homes and making films? That way I'm a bit ambitious. I might fail, I might succeed, but I always want to, I'm in a hurry to test other waters. See, about the hoardings, I think when the first poster of mine came up, it was like this small, I was doing a play, and it was this, I don't know measurements, dude. I want to give you like a 4x4 type thing, but someone has to. So it was like this size of a poster that was put out outside Ravindra Bharati. It's like a place like this back home in Hyderabad. And we drove, I live like 18 kilometers away from this spot, but me and my family drove all the way to go see that 4x4 poster, hypothetically 4x4 poster, and we were all so proud and we felt so happy. I remember my parents took pictures with that. It was something that was just plastered outside on the wall. That was my first poster, and that was huge for me. And my first bunch of films, it used to always be overwhelming. I was like, whoa, like hoardings of you and everywhere and there's you. But I think now I disconnected. Now somehow I think that's another person. Like I look at my hoarding, I don't even think of him as me. I'm like, oh, this dude's this film's releasing. Okay, well, this poster looks nice. He looks good in it. Or this poster's bad or whatever. So I've disconnected from that image of me. That's another person. So I have multiple personality type syndrome.
Vijay, one of the first times I was charmed by your presence was at the audio release of Arjun Reddy, which and the speech you gave there. I think that did a lot to have your popularity rise among a lot of people. It was very unusual for a young actor to be as natural on stage in one of the earliest films of his career. And I want to ask you two questions here. One, this speaking your heart out and being the way you are. Did you always see this as a strength? Have you reason to believe it can get into trouble? Were you worried about it then? Did you not care?
The only reason is because I know no other way. I didn't have anyone hand-holding me into, like grooming me into this or actor etiquette. This is how you sit, this is how you speak. I didn't have anything of it. I didn't have any reference because I didn't grow up in Hyderabad. I grew up in a place called Puttaparthi, which is a hostel, and we are so protected. We do not have TV, we do not have anything. I came out after my 10th, but because I know no other way, I'm this way. And it does get me into trouble. It does. People love it, people hate it, but that's the way of the world. Like all of us don't like everything. We all have different opinions on different things, but for me, this is how I am. They get used to it. That's the deal on the table.
And as a continuation of the question, Arjun Reddy must have been far more easier to be who you were on stage. But since then, of course, you've got a lot of people who want to invest in your films, want to work with you, want to cash in on this presence you managed to create by being yourself. Has the world softened you up a bit now?
It has a bit. I hate to agree to this, and I keep fighting it, saying no, I do not. I want to just be the way I am. But you sort of feel some responsibility towards some people or towards a section of your audience or something. But just a tad bit, not too much. Just a tad bit, and depends. It depends on the mood I'm in. I have phases in life. Like I go through different phases. I'm not the same person always. Very contradictory. So I have multiple issues with me actually.
So you do feel very strongly about retaining who you were?
Yeah, whoever I am at that moment, at that day.